I believe that social networks cannot and will not replace the reality of authentic human community. And this is my story. My name is Leslie Ann Rosal, and my friends call me Lian. I am a teacher of faith and a youth minister. Currently, I'm teaching at the Ateneo de Manila University as a college professor of theology. I'm also involved in teaching seminaries such as San Carlos Seminary and Rogationist Seminary and Don Bosco Center of Studies. I am the eldest of three, and my dad and mom pretty much raised us up as devout Catholics. I grew up in a world that gradually got to a point that it became internet dependent. I still remember playing in the streets when I was a kid, going to my neighbors' homes after finishing my homework in the afternoon, and staying in the library to research and also just to read books. At the latter part of my grade school years, Yahoo Search became a go-to resource, and I started communicating with my friends through Yahoo Messenger. I started a blog when I was in high school, and I also learned how to design a website. And then I became active in Friendster, and then in Multiply. And then Facebook came, and then Instagram, and then Twitter. I became very active in these social networking sites, and it did me good by connecting with friends and communicating with people easily. But it came to a point when I was noticing that I was spending more time using my phone. The hours can stretch into half a day, and I would feel a little bit anxious when I lose data or when I leave my phone at home. There's this term called FOMO, fear of missing out. According to researches on the effects of internet to the youth of today, it is one of the main causes of unhappiness. Peering into the lives of people can cause great anxiety, insecurity, and envy. Some reports say that social media has a link to the rise in depression and suicide. While one may have a lot of friends on their list, a lot of young people today still feel isolated and very lonely. I remember one time when I was going through something very painful. Because social media allows one to connect to someone right away, it is not a guarantee that the other person will give you the due attention that you need. Especially when you compare that to face-to-face encounters. I remember messaging 3 of my friends who I trust. One was online but probably was busy, and the 2, well, they took a long time to reply even if you know that they're online and active. They all apologized later, but I really felt bad because I was not given the attention that I needed when I was in pain. I realized after that experience that I missed out on something. I have become so internet dependent that I forgot about solitude. And I also forgot to rush to God in prayer first, especially when I felt troubled. I realized that human communities are vital to the growth of an individual. We are still social beings anyway. Social meaning we need flesh and bone connections that are genuine compared to on-screen connections. We are not in a relationship with our phones, tablets, and computers. We are in relation with people. Those who can look at us in the eye when we speak, those who we can touch, those whose hand we can hold when we need assistance and consolation. And Jesus is the best example of connecting with people through genuine encounters. His intimacy with others was not through channels. He reached out individually and gathered people to himself. Human communities thrive in love through genuine, authentic encounters. This we find concretely in the breaking of the bread. When Jesus fed the multitude, people gathered round in an atmosphere of concern and love. They were filled to the brim and were satisfied, with so much leftovers that in Filipino, it's siksik-liglig, umaapaw. Sacramentally, this human communion can never be replaced by virtual connections, and we have that in the Eucharist. We become one with Jesus in the Eucharist, and in turn also we become one with others, with the church, especially the least, the last, and the lost. Jesus made sure that it was not a one-click kind of thing. That is why He became flesh for us. He became close to us, the Word made flesh. This because He knows that it is important for us, not virtual, but flesh and bone encounter.